Mula sa isang simpleng Pinay na nangarap maging isang beauty queen hanggang sa kanyang pagkapanalo bilang Miss Universe 2018. Nakita natin ang kanyang iba't ibang advocacies sa larangan ng women empowerment, edukasyon at AIDS awareness. At ngayon nga, makakasama natin siya sa kanyang bagong role bilang advocate ng arts and culture. Mga partner, eto na, mga kapadayon, we are very excited to have with us for the very first time, Padayon. Para sa universe, siya ay isang reyna o queen. Pero para sa ating lahat, siya nag-iisang NCCA Arts Ambassador, Miss Universe 2018, live sa Padayon, Miss Catriona Gray!
Hi, Miss Catriona! Magandang hapon sa'yo, Padayon. We're very happy to have you here in our program. We're very honored to have you with us.
Very happy to be here also. Hi!
Kumusta?
Okay naman. I think I'm adjusted na sa new normal. But it definitely was an adjustment, just as you said, the last time that we all saw each other was just before the lockdown happened sa Metro Manila. So it feels like forever ago, but happy to be continuing the work and the advocacy kahit we're in this situation. Also, I really was able to kind of think outside the box kasi iba being at home lagi, being away from my loved ones as well. My family is in Australia, so I'm away from them. And of course, there's the fear of that too, not being with your loved ones, not knowing if they're okay. But we find ways, no? So it's definitely been an adventure of sorts from our own homes.
Are you ready? Handa ka na ba?
Are we ready?
Are we ready?
Yes, are we ready, partner? Ready na tayo.
We are ready for our very first question for Miss Universe, Queen Catriona Gray. Queen Cat, paano ka nagsimula sa arts? Was it through music, visual arts, or literary arts?
Feeling ko sa music at sa literary. Nung bata pa ako, my mom always read to me before every night before I went to bed. So, from a very young age, may collection na ako ng mga books that I would always love to read from a very early age. And then music naman, ever since. I always like singing around the home. Although yung family ko, hindi family of musicians So it's quite a different thing to be so involved in music when I really didn't have that much of an influence growing up. So it would definitely be those.
Cause we're in this together, and I don't ever wanna eat again. Long as you're still going hungry, you can take everything you need. It doesn't matter to me, cause we're in this together, my friend.
Miss Kat, gusto kong malaman, meron ba kayong iniidolo, idol sa music?
Actually, almost too many to count. Because yung appreciation ko sa music is across many different genres. I really admire jazz, especially old jazz from the 80s. Even Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra from my dad's era, because my dad was born in the 40s. And then even the other music from the 80s, the disco hits. I grew up listening to my mom, listening to that. And of course, me, 90s onwards, I also am very fond of classical and opera. So I have too many idols to count. But basta, I have a very big appreciation for those that are very talented sa craft nila.
What does becoming an NCCA Arts Ambassador mean to you?
It was actually a very, very big honor for me. Because I really consider my appreciation and love for our Filipino culture through arts quite a new one, because I wasn't raised with that appreciation. And in fact, it was almost a journey of discovery for me, which allowed me to incorporate it sa journey ko going to Miss Universe. And so that's why I feel like my role as the NCCA ambassador is really to allow people to experience their journey also in learning to love our culture. Because I really feel that's very applicable to our younger generations, those that may not be aware of the different arts that we have to offer here in the Philippines. And so that's what I would really love to do, to showcase, to show how people can fall in love with it just as I do.
Yes, Miss Catriona, last March, nag-meeting tayo, no, discussing a lot of possible projects with you, no? Actually, after that meeting, kinabukasan yata nagkaroon ng lockdown. natapos,
Yes
parang
po.
akala na natin hindi na siya matutuloy. But fortunately, I think kahit ngayon naka-lockdown, you have an upcoming project with the NCCA. Ito yung Kultura 101 with Catriona.
Yes.
Yes, very excited. So pwede mo ba kaming kwentuhan about this project that we're having with you, Miss Catriona?
Yes, I'm very passionate about education, and so I felt that it would be very appropriate during this time that most students and even the rest of us are all online using our digital platforms, that I created digital content that is both educational and also fun in discovering what there is to know and love about our Filipino arts and culture. So it's called Kultura 101 with Kat. It's a very light-hearted, fun learning experience where the viewer, the audience will learn with me about certain topics, certain aspects, or certain things to be admired and beheld in our culture. It's coming very, very soon. I'm working with Direct Floyd, and he's just been such an amazing visionary in this project. And I really look forward to everyone being able to see it and to take part and hopefully learn to love even more our culture through Kultura 101.
Miss Kat, balita ko sa Kultura 101, meron kang mga parts of the script na in Filipino, ha?
Yes!
Naku, excited kaming
Oh, marinig
Papakinggan
ang
niya.
masasabihin.
Pero
Yes,
what are you
excited
most
din ako.
excited about to learn about Philippine arts and culture?
Just to expand yung knowledge ko, because it really is so expansive. It's not segregated to one tribe or one island group. It's really across the Philippines in so many different areas and so many different aspects. And so I feel like there's always something to learn. There's always something to diversify some knowledge. And I just look forward to be able to share that with others, because that's the joy in it, the joy in celebrating it together.
Tell us more about your participation nung pumunta tayo ng Puerto Princesa. How was it for you?
So much fun! Napakasaya yung araw na yan. Just the energy was incredible. And also, I really enjoyed watching yung mga performances, yung mga masasayaw, and even the singing, the different cultural showcases. I thought it was so interesting. And I wish that we would have more events like this year. But of course, we've implored and encouraged people to share their arts through the NCCA social media channels. So that's another way that even though we're all apart, we still come together to celebrate our Filipino art.
Yes, Miss Catriona, ngayon, di ba, nagpunta ka sa La Union, you immerse with the community, no? So, yun yung panahon pa na hindi lockdown. Can you share to us kung ano yung naging experience mo as part ng project mo na Raise Your Flag?
Yes, the Raise Your Flag project, I was very excited about it. I'm sure it'll come to fruition when everything is able to, when all the health and safety is put first of everyone. But going to La Union was another discovery for me, kasi off the top of my head, kala ko sa La Union, tipong surfing capital lang, so beaches, surfing, tropical vibes, but I was very interested to learn that there is also an art being preserved there of weaving. And of course, I'm very passionate about our Filipino textiles that are unique to us here in the Philippines. And so I was able to talk to the weavers there, especially the women who are supporting their families' livelihoods through this form of art. And it was just really wonderful because that was around the time it was almost Women's Month. So in looking through it through that lens, it was very, very empowering. And also to see that a tradition has been so well preserved and passed down. And that's why I really wanted to visit and then share it sa platforms ko, kasi it would be such a pity if it were to become a dying tradition. And so I would hope to spark that interest sa younger generations natin, that our weaving is something to be beheld, it's something beautiful, it's something to be aspired to, and hopefully the craft will live on for many generations.
totoo mga ka-partners, di ba? Yung mga weaving ng ating mga katutubong mga Filipinos all around the country is something that we should be part of. We should be
Very
proud of.
Yes.
Kasi wala siyang katulad sa ibang bansa. So you're fond of the Philippine textiles and also music.
Yes po.
And you mentioned earlier that you're fond of reading. So we'd like to
Yes
know,
po.
what are the books now that you're reading? You also have a book, Conquering Your Universe, right? Maybe you can tell us more about this.
Yes, I still have a love for reading ever since I was a child. At the moment po, I've been reading mostly about endurance and keeping high spirits. I mean endurance of the spirit, hindi tipong athletic endurance. And also been reading a lot of my Bible lately because it really does help with the feelings that I'm going through at this time. But yes, I do have an upcoming book. It's called Conquering Your Universe. It's always been a dream of mine to have my very own libro. And I put a lot of care into writing every single part of this book. I am the sole author, and it's about the different lessons that I've learned in my journey so far. Kasi po, I'm an only child. So I didn't really have the opportunity to have older siblings or a younger sibling to mentor and guide. And I really feel like mentors play such an integral role, especially to the younger generations and to the youth. And so I hope that this book could be like that, of a voice of a mentor to those that are navigating their way through conquering their dreams. So, yung ang title, Conquering Your Universe, not to say that their universe is Miss Universe crown, but their universe is anything, any dream that they aspire to achieve.
Wow.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah,
Naku,
very
pipila kami
excited
kung
na.
may book
Oh.
signing, kaya lang may lockdown.
Yes.
Alam niyo, this is the three times I saw Miss Kat in person. I'm always starstruck pa rin sa kanya.
Oo nga.
Siyempre, second time to sa Zoom. So sa 5 times na yun,
Yes.
feeling ko close na kami ni Queen Kat.
Digitally.
Yes! So
Digitally.
Kaya meron akong pa-challenge sa kanya.
Ay,
Ay, ito nga, inaabangan namin to,
And
partner.
we heard you will also be releasing your very own single, Raise Your Flag. Tama po ba? Kaya this
Yes
afternoon,
po.
Miss Kat, with your due indulgence, can we hear konting line, a line or two ng Raise Your Flag?
What do you wanna be? Will you believe me if I tell you you can be anything you want? What dream lays in your heart? Will you believe me if I tell you that you see a silver lining with your dreams?
excited. Parang gusto kong
Excited
makinig.
na kami.
Ano yung next part?
Talagang NCCA's ambassador. Pero I cannot fulfill my dream interview with you kung di ko gagawin to, Miss Kat, kasi I'm just
Ito
a
na.
simple model. So you have to teach me how to make a mode to the camera. If it's okay with you?
Okay, let's go.
How do you do it?
Ayan.
How do I
So,
do it, Miss
first,
Kat?
posture. Ayan. So, ay, why do you need coaching? Expert ka na eh.
So tell me lang kung okay na yung aking projection, Miss
Ang
Kat.
ganda! And also, considering what you're wearing, perfect yung pose mo because you're also showing off yung sleeve details sa suot mo. At ang ganda din yung posture mo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action!
Ayan! Oh! Ay!
Yay! Dream come true for me.
Grabe, partner, Miss Universe, ang nag-ano sa'yo.
We know you have a very busy schedule for today. So we won't take much of your time, but we'd like you to invite our viewers online for our upcoming program with you.
Yes, to all of our friends who are watching now, I would love to invite you to watch this program and support it on the NCCA channels. You can find them on Facebook and also on Instagram and also their website. And do keep a lookout for my upcoming digital series called Cultura 101 with Kat. Sana po you enjoy it and learn a lot alongside me. To everyone who is watching, I know that we've come very far. It's been 3 months and it seems to be ongoing, but we just need to pray, constantly pray, hold on to our families, our support systems, and always look forward to a brighter tomorrow because a brighter tomorrow is coming. that is something that is sure, and we just need to have faith in that and to keep on going forward.
Wow.
Very much.
Very
Very
inspiring
inspiring
words from
Dahil
our
sinabi mo,
ambassador.
keep on moving
Yes.
forward.
Yes. Kaya naman po sa ating nag-iisang Arts Ambassador, Miss Catriona Gray, maraming salamat po. Saludo po sa inyo ang Padayon!
Padayon Philippines!